Yeah.
It started early in the morning at 6 and I'm like, it's very interesting to see, you know, because there's a lot of tension in the room, because no matter what you do your best. What really happens on the stage, on that weighing scale, nobody knows.
Fighters, you know, always, like I can say, the toughest task in all the fight scenario.
पूरा वेट कट बहुत आराम से हो गया, कोई चक्कर नहीं. सारे लोग इतने भागते दौड़ते हैं, मेरा वेट बहुत इजीली कट हो जाता है.
अभी जाऊँगा थोड़ा सा खाना खाने, बहुत ज़्यादा. थैंक यू. ऑल द बेस्ट. थैंक्स. एक मन हुआ था मेरे जगह चिपका रहे क्या करता हूँ क्या
Hard work done, now it's time for fun. Just waiting for my fight and amazing. Thank you.
कल से चिकन नहीं खाया था मैंने, इसलिए अभी चिकन खा रहा हूँ बहुत ज़्यादा.
इतना दिनों से केवल पानी, केवल सैलेड खाकर बोर हो गए थे.
मेरे दोस्त मुझे व्हाट्सएप पर बुक माई शो का मुझे स्क्रीनशॉट लेकर भेज रहे हैं. अब तक 185 लोगों ने मुझे स्क्रीनशॉट लेकर सेंड किया कि देखो मंदिर, हम तुम्हें लाइव देखने के लिए बुक माई शो का हम टिकट बुक किए हैं. तो मुझे काफ़ी अच्छा लग रहा है कि मेरे गांव वाले मुझे इतना सपोर्ट करते हैं.
Weigh-ins were done, and then we had the press conference. With the press conference, I think the energy was really high. We had a troop of Afghanistan supporters in the crowd, plus we had the Indian audience, we had the press and media, and I think they all responded really well. The fighters were charged. Alan did not allow them to even touch each other this time. They wanted to, but he kept them far, and he said let's save it for the actual fight. But I think the fighters were ready. They showed that they had that right mindset to fight. Press conference done, final face-offs done, and now the fighters are just rehydrating and getting ready for fight day. So I think today was one of those key days, but all said and done, fighters are safe, fighters are healthy. We've been monitoring every step of every hour of today, and I think almost all fighters are back to their regular fighting shape, and I think they're going to put on a great performance tomorrow. So today being the day just before the actual fight day, and being in the middle of these 3 days which are key for all of the fighters had to wake up super early. Fighters will be late for a press conference, they'll be late sometimes even to arrive in the fight room before the fight, but on their weigh-ins they will be very early. It's because they just want to get that over with and want to go and eat their breakfast. So today was the important weigh-ins which happened early in the morning. I'm pleased to say that as we were overseeing the entire weigh-in process, that all the fighters were very disciplined and all of the fighters made weight. They had a time frame of 8 AM to 9 AM. Many fighters were already weighed in and ready before 8 AM, and then the rest of the guys were done by 8:30 AM. So I think fighters are showing themselves to be disciplined with their preparation and their weight cut, and that speaks volumes. If fighters are ready to, or if fighters are disciplined to show what they have in their mindset with the weight cut, you're going to have a quality fight on fight day. I was talking to somebody the other day and I said, when are the critics going to shut up? Because first they said that MFN does not have pan-India fighters. These are fighters only from one part of India. We have fighters from all over India, literally. Then somebody said the northeast of India is not represented. This time the northeast fighters are almost dominating the fight card. Then they said local fighters are not being represented. We have local fighters. Then they said there are no international fighters on the MFN fight card. Now we have international fighters. Then they said, well, there's not enough of masala. We need, rematches. We need trilogies. You got a trilogy. So I wonder when the critics are going to finally shut up and say, yeah, MFN is a great show. Way back when we were doing Super Fight League, there was this one Afghanistan fighter that competed on one of the early SFL shows against a wushu fighter named Narendra Grewal. I was cage side for the bout. I was the CEO of Super Fight League at that time, and I watched this new kid just come in, and even though Narendra Grewal was slamming the heck out of this guy, but he was counter slamming him. Like in those days, there was not submissions, there was just slam one another. You knock out somebody or you slam him. And these guys were just slamming the heck out of each other. They didn't know submissions, but they were good wrestlers. And that was Abdul Badakshi. I had actually seen him fight for that first time at Super Fight League. And from then till now, he's made such a mark on not just Indian MMA but Asian MMA. So I think he's one of those key figures who deserves to be on this card. So he's definitely high quality, with what's going on back in his country. I think it kind of brings so much of flavor, so much of a background story to Afghanistan and Afghanistan MMA. There have been some stories in the media of how MMA fighters are almost afraid to train now in Afghanistan. But to have Abdul Badakshi on this card and then taking on a BJJ black belt, it's hard for people to understand what a BJJ black belt can do to you on the ground. It's almost like an anaconda's grip once you get into the grip of a BJJ black belt. But I think that Badakshi brings something which is very different. He's not just a regular striker. He's such a strong wrestler. He understands jiu-jitsu, he understands striking. So I think that bout is going to be more for the hardcore MMA fans. That's the bout they're going to be looking forward to. So I think Indian MMA fans, international MMA fans, I think we got a great co-main and a main event.